Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models and welcome to the Genesis Models June 2022 show. Quite a bit to go through today, a lot to do with the store as well, loads of new products, but let's just jump straight in with last month's competition. Now last month's competition we were giving away this really nice kit just here. It's a limited edition kit, 1/32 scale BF109E. It's by Eddard. Really nice kit. Loads and loads of markings in there. You know, really nice. But you know, it is limited edition, so this competition winner is probably going to be quite lucky. And the winner, after doing the usual random number generation program and came to the end of the thread, I came to Blue Max. So congratulations to you, Blue Max. You are the winner. Just give me an email with your mail address, and I'll get this shipped out to you free of charge. We've got a rollover this month for the competition, so stay tuned for what's coming there. A couple of kits actually being given away. Now with the store quite exciting. I've kind of thrown all the money I've got left into the store and brought in a load of cool stuff. Mainly we're talking the Mr. Hobby range, so we've got all the Mr. Hobby Aquarius paints in, and just to sort of go through quite a few here. You know, we've got all the you know, all your thinners, even the Mr. Colour range thinners, because I know we haven't got Mr. Colour range in, but I know those are good thinners, as well as our self-leveling thinners. But really the cool stuff, we've got this touch and flow actually. It's by Flexi Foil. I'm just interested to give this a go and just see if it's any good, but we've got them in store, and I'm probably going to have a product review on that, you know, because we've got the Aquarius range in. We do have their bottle openers, because I know if you've opened it, maybe you've left it a year, they can be an absolute pain to open up. All your lovely sort of products that we have here, all your goodies. We have all sorts of things like retarder. We've got the Mr. Mark setter, and we should have softer, right? All good for your deckling. All the Mr. Cement S's and Mr. Cement Deluxes, as well as their SP Black, which is kind of cool if you want to sort of see where the glue's going and all that cool stuff. What's this? The Mr. Mark masking sol as well, if you want to get that. Loads more, but yeah, again we have the Mr. Surfaces as well, you know, and Mr. White Putty. These cool little things as well. These are these little caps. I've actually started using them, and they are quite cool. I know whenever I come to like pour into my colour cup, and it just goes all in, and you fill your colour cup really up quicker. And these little caps, actually, you turn them, and then you can just pour a lot easier. Quite useful, nice, cheap, cool little thing. You know, tool cleaners, brush cleaners. The list goes on, loads of stuff. I mean, even we're getting those easy lines in as well. We have these, you saw there was a product review actually this month, last month, on these natural metal finishes. They're like polishing your natural metal finishes, but they're in a sort of a pigment type form. They're rather cool. And absolutely loads and loads of sanding sticks. We've got all these sort of sanding sticks, Albion alloys, right, with all their stuff. You know, and they do actually quite the unique sort of, what are they? These are the sanding needles as well. These to be honest with you, I don't use them a lot, but because the way they are, when you do need them, they are a bit of a lifesaver. We've got some paint remover. I'll probably be testing this out as well. They've got some weathering products also, which is quite interesting. Weathering liners, right? I'll probably test these out as well, but again, all this is available in store. I even have, these are quite cool. Interesting to try these out for like armored vehicles and dioramas and stuff, but they are the weathering pastes, right? It's not like a texture, it's more of a paste. It's almost like you can it's kind of like the foundations, you know, you could put little stones and gravel and all sorts in there to make it a texture. You can add there, which is quite cool, they do this wet clear, which is where you sort of make puddles, or you can make your pigments look wet or your paste look wet. You know, all sorts of cool stuff with that as well. What else we got? We've even got all the, you know, the usual sort of Mr. Hobby stuff, like the Mr. Metal. Yeah, I think that's probably not everything actually, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming. It's I know it's not all up at the moment because it does take time actually to get all this stuff actually up on the store, and quite busy. But yeah, go check that out if you're interested in Mr. Hobby. There's a lot of stuff here that I haven't actually used before, and I know there's probably going to be quite a few product reviews and that kind of stuff coming up in the future, as well, you know, and probably this month as well, and over the next couple of months, loads and loads of little product reviews. The Zero that we have here, this is now moving along. We're literally jumping into the spray stage now, so it's going to be, because this is supposed to be a nice basic quick fun build, you know, I want to do the spraying in a way that's going to be maybe kind of representing, not sort of like a more like representing like maybe like a new Zero that's kind of come into the fight, so it's not quite dirty, so we don't have to go down all those advanced type sort of spraying techniques. We just do a nice sort of effective way of doing it quick, doing it easy, something that a beginner could sort of try out, and something that an advanced person can actually do quickly and easily, to get a good effect though at the end. So yeah, we're jumping into the spraying stage soon on that. Bill's moving along with his F14 by AMK. Really sort of nice seeing the way he goes about doing stuff and whatnot, and I do believe he's also moving into the spray stage soon as well. So it's good to sort of watch that as well. So yeah, loads of sort of videos going up, gone up and going up this month. Loads of product reviews. Inbox review wise, actually, ICM, which they've released, what was it, the 1/72nd scale Ghost of Kiev. Now this is an interesting kit because it's actually kind of helping the Ukraine, right? You know, the sales from this, ICM has said that they will put it towards helping Ukraine with the war and everything that's going on over there. So just buying this kit is kind of like a charitable donation, but it's interesting because, you know, it's the Ghost of Kiev. If you've been sort of watching the news lately and whatnot, that is still on sort of like a pre-release. It's supposed to have been released in May, but it hasn't quite got through yet. We've kind of got to give them a bit of sort of time, because obviously trying to kind of ship these things over and whatnot is a bit of a problem right now. But yeah, and those of you guys have already pre-ordered, you know, don't worry, you know, we're just waiting for them to come in stock at the wholesaler. Those of you who haven't got your hands on one, you know what, get the pre-orders in. It's better when you kind of get the pre-orders in, so then I know how many to order. But I am ordering a load because, as I say, it's a bit of a charitable donation. So go check that one out as well, and when it comes in, I'll do a inbox review of that as well. Now moving into some Q&A. Got a nice question here by David Elsie, hopefully I pronounced that right. But yeah, David's basically asking a few questions here, some nice sort of beginner questions which I thought would be good to put in the show. First off, he's been looking at the way I sort of kind of like brand my videos, like basic, intermediate and advanced, and just a little bit of an explanation on that, because he's been looking at the, what is it, the Tempest by Edard, and that's classed as a basic step by step, but it has photo etch in it. So he's kind of wondering, is it the kit or the way I teach that is, you know, sort of saying how it's a basic, intermediate or advanced build? It is the way I teach, really. I mean, the kits aren't really sort of focusing on, so I mean, I do sort of tend to try and sort of use basic kits. I mean, the example of the Tempest, you know, it's an Edard kit, it's a fighter. When it comes to sort of building your first models, I always recommend, you know, a World War II fighter, and yes, it does have photo etch in it, which is probably a bit more of an intermediate style bit of teaching, but Edard is fantastic in the sense that yes, they put photo etch in there, but they also have the pieces with just the detail on as plastic. You can paint them. You've got the choice, you know, you can sort of pick your level, you know, go with whatever you want to go with. So, you know, it is still a basic thing if you want to go down that route. But the way I teach, it isn't necessarily, you know, this is all basic, right? When I teach, it's like a basic step by step is, you know, I will teach everything, right? You know, you're going to see it's basic. I'm going to show you how to cut stuff off of the sprue. But you know what? I'll touch on intermediate. I'll touch on advanced stuff, right? But when you go up to like my intermediate builds, I leave all the basic stuff out, so it makes it a bit more faster paced. And when I do an advanced build, you know, I try and leave out all the basic, all the intermediate stuff, and just concentrate on all the advanced stuff. So it really speeds things up. I mean, for instance, we did the P51D Mustang as an advanced build, and that was only 3 episodes long, right? Whereas a basic could be like almost 20 episodes long. So that is kind of like the difference in the way I do things. But another question is here, which is quite one I've never actually been asked before. I mean, everybody's asked me, what would you recommend as a first build, first kit to do as a beginner or somebody coming back to the hobby? But they've never asked actually what would be the first 3 builds I would recommend. Never been asked that question, and I did have to have a think about it. And in all honesty, I am still kind of thinking, yes, you know what, still stick to good old World War II fighters for your first 3 builds, right? I mean, the best example actually, you know, the more I sort of build through our Eddard Zero here, this is such a perfect first beginner's build. It has gone together like a glove, absolutely beautiful, right? But what makes it really good as a basic beginner fun build is you know, it's just everything about it. You know, the cockpit, you know, these Zeros were basically all interior green inside. You haven't got to mess about with lots of different colors or anything like that. Just do it all interior green. You can wash it all. You know, it's easy. Even the spray work, you know, I mean, I would sort of recommend the Tamiya or the Eddard 148 scale Spitfires, but you know, you've got a 2-color pattern camo on top, and then the underside's 1 color, another color. These Zeros are just all round 1 color, which just makes the whole spraying easier. You know, you haven't got to mess about with masking or anything like that. You know, put a wash on it and you're basically done. It does really turn out to be a nice easy build to go with. So this one is definitely highly recommended. But like, if I was to sort of think, I mean, really maybe as your second build, I mean, a P51D Mustang, Eddard or Tamiya again, right, just to jump into some natural metal finish as well would be probably a good second choice. And then maybe as a third choice, maybe something like, as your third build, maybe start moving up to maybe a fighter bomber or something like that, 148 scale, just to sort of get a bit bigger, a little bit more complicated. I know a lot of people want to sort of jump into the modern fighter jets, but I do find they're more of an intermediate build, because you do tend to find fighters, modern fighters, they are generally bigger, more complex shapes. You know, the spraying and stuff can be a lot of sort of masking up and stuff. You know, the cockpits can be quite complicated, bigger canopies and stuff. You know, it is a bit more of an intermediate thing. I think really first 3 builds, stick with those World War II fighters, and slowly work your way up. Maybe throw a little bit of an interest in there, like, as I say, natural metal finishes or a fighter bomber. But yeah, good questions as well. Last question you also asked as well is being thinking about getting the AK real colors and the AK metals as his first sort of choice of paints to go with. Now, as a beginner, the advice here, I mean, yes, Tamiya, Vallejo, as you can see behind me, they are a good beginner's choice. They are quite easy to spray, and they are quite forgiving. AK real paints, again, they are actually quite good as well. Their metal paints and their third generation paints, they are also very good. You can't really go wrong with them. But if I was to just throw out a little bit of experience there, really when it comes to when I pick what paint I'm going to use for a model, it isn't about the brand, it isn't about, I mean, I know you see all these paints behind me, and I know, you know, I've got all the paints you could probably want, and I don't use them all, right? When it comes to it, I find that the best colour paint is the one that matches the colour you want. You know, a bit of research, you know, finding out what manufacturer has the best colour matching paint, and that is the one you want to go for, right? You don't want to be mixing, you don't want to be limiting yourself to one paint range. I know some are a bit more tricky to spray than others, so yes, probably at first sticking with like Tamiya Vallejo is probably a good choice, but in the long run, it's whatever matches the colour you're after at the end of the day. Don't limit yourself to a brand of paint. So hopefully that's answered all your questions, David, and hopefully you know, it's answered a whole bunch of other questions for everybody else. So let's move along. So now let's move along with this month's competition for June. We are going to be giving away a nice kit here by Eddard. Do love Eddard kits. It is their Provi Pack edition, so you get all that photo etch and everything. It's the BF 109 G6 early version 148 scale. Again, nice kit as always from Eddard. To be in it to win it, as always, go to Genessis Models website, go to the forum, and in the forum you'll see the competitions, and in competition, which will be, what is it, June 2022 competition, just post in there anything, comments, feedback, count me in, something to that effect, and you're entered. Please remember, no double posting. And then next month I'll announce the winner and get it shipped off to you free of charge. Now, I did say at the beginning of this video that we got a bit of a rollover because there was a little bit of a hiccup last month with this competition prize. If you remember, we was giving away this King Tiger here by Ming Models in 1/35 scale, right? Again, another cool model, but there was a bit of a hiccup. There was a bit of a double posting going on there. It was an accident. I did talk to the bloke. You know, I should have checked, in all honesty. I should have checked there wasn't any accidental double posting, but there was, so I couldn't give this competition prize away, so I've decided to roll it over to this month. So yes, this month you are in it to win it for both of these kits now, and I'm just gonna, what the hell, I'm gonna throw in some of these Albion alloy plastic sanding needles as well, the nice assortment pack, because we're getting these in stock and I want you to try them out. So nice competition this month, so get over to the Genessis Models forum and just post something in the competition section, and then you are entered. So let's finish this show off with the top pick of the month. Now I was looking through all the releases this month that you guys have finished, and yes, they're all good as always. But you know what, what caught my eye was this one just here. It's by KP Nuts, and it's the Tamiya 1 in 12 scale Porsche 935. We don't normally do automotive here at Genessis Models, so I thought it's quite a nice change. I do like the look of it. It's got that kind of rally look, nice bit of weathering on there as well. It looks very, very neat, which when it comes to automotives, I do believe, you know, you've got to be super neat, you know, high gloss finish and everything, and KP Nuts has done that rather well. So that's now going to be going right up on the gallery section for everybody to enjoy that comes to Genessis Models and looks at the gallery section. So congratulations to you, KP Nuts, you are our top pick of the month. As always, if you want to be sort of in it to try and get your model on the Genessis Models gallery, you know, this month just go off, build a model and post your final reveals in the forum section, and we'll all love to see them, and you might get picked for top pick of the month. So that is sadly it for the month. Loads of stuff for me to get on with here, loads of products to put up in the Genessis Models store, try and get them done as quick as possible, but it is quite time consuming. Working on the Zero, Bill's working on his F14 Tomcat. There is another inbox review I want to do. I do believe it's the Tornado, the new limited edition Tornado by Eddard. I want to do that. Waiting for that Ghost of Kiev to come in as well. And I've got a bunch of product reviews that I really want to play around with and mess with that I haven't used before and show you guys. So yeah, loads and loads going on. But hopefully you're going to enjoy it, and hopefully you're going to be watching all the videos here at Genessis Models and get into your modelling and have some fun. So as always, until next time, my name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genessis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.